What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, yeah, just sitting around waiting for that duviri release date to actually come out. But you know what will not get delayed, and us kept in the dark for a long time over? Prime Access. They never delay Prime Access, and today we're going over the next Prime Access items. Now keep in mind, this is not official information, but if you've been doing this for long enough, it's not that hard to predict. We're also going to go over who's getting vaulted, basically who you will not be able to get new relics for anymore, and also a potential release window for when this stuff's going to all happen. So if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure you're subbed to the channel. When there is content to make videos on, we do daily Warframe video uploads, and when I'm not getting in like ridiculous car accidents like yesterday. Thankfully, I'm okay. Alright, so as far as who's getting vaulted, let's start off with that. So the next frame to get vaulted, basically no new relics for them will be created, is going to be Nidus Prime. And I do want to give you a good amount of heads up on this one, because this frame, normal Nidus, is a lot more annoying to farm than Nidus Prime. Nidus Prime is relatively easy to get compared to normal Nidus, and Nidus Prime has very good stats. I definitely recommend everybody get him, as well as he looks pretty cool. So yeah, the thing about Nidus is he comes from Infested Salvage, I think it's called, the normal parts, but just get the relics for Nidus Prime, and there you go. The weapons will be getting vaulted with Nidus Prime will be the Citrine Prime, which is a okay shotgun. It's got some pretty good stats. This will be getting an Incarnon unlocker in duviri, I believe, so potentially pick this up if you don't have it already. There's also a Strun Wraith, which has pretty good stats too. And then alongside the Citrine Prime, the Magnus Prime, singular Magnus Prime, is getting vaulted. We've never gotten Ac Magnus Prime, by the way, so I don't know what happened with that. But I've been holding on to a second Magnus Prime just in case it does ever actually happen, although we have no indication of that happening. You'd have thought Barrow would have brought relics for Ac Magnus Prime at some point, but no. We're going to have the Magnus Prime vaulted before the Ac Magnus Prime relics even exist. So, a decent enough pistol. I mean, it's very boring. Has a special ability where if you get headshots, it gives you increased ammo efficiency, but it's a single target pistol, so I'm not looking to use it anyway. Alright, so yeah, stuff getting vaulted, Nidus, Strun, Magnus. Doesn't even feel like very old items at this point, but you gotta remember, the last frame that got vaulted was Gara, and that doesn't feel very old either. So, I'd say if you want to get anything from this, make sure you get the frame, the weapons are forgettable, but maybe get the Citrine Prime for the Incarnon unlocker if you like generic shotguns. Alright, and when will that be getting vaulted? Well, Hildren Prime came out on March 15th, so about every 3 months we get a new Prime Access, so expect Nidus Prime to get vaulted about a month from today's date. Actually, no, but more like 2 months from today's date, around June 15th. I don't think, now, TennoCon is going to be like in late August. I'm not expecting them to drag it out until August, but when we talk about which frame will be the next one for Prime, maybe they will drag it out to TennoCon just to get more hype money, because, they love money. That's what companies do. Alright, so as far as the next Prime Warframe, if you've been watching my previous videos, you would know it's going to most likely be Wisp Prime. Yeah, finally Wisp Prime. And as far as the weapons, I can pretty much guarantee you the Fulman Prime, Wisp Signature Primary, will be coming out alongside her. But the secondary weapon or secondary gear item is actually up for interpretation and debate. My current predictions right now, I'm thinking a War Fan. We've never gotten a Prime War Fan in this game ever, so the Gunson could be a nice one. Now, the problem with the Gunson is it doesn't really have any special gimmicks, and a really good War Fan, the Quasis, this can this can launch blades at the enemies and basically be a ranged melee weapon in some ways. But yeah, the Gunson is just like a slash-focused melee with okay stats, not amazing crit, okay status, and somewhat decent crit multiplier. So I can see this happening. If not the Gunson, maybe the Taxon Prime, the thing we are predicting to come out with Hildren Prime. They're going to definitely throw in some filler item. Whatever it will probably be some filler item, because the main prize of the Prime Access will be Wisp, as Wisp is very popular, has lots of good abilities. And the Fulman's just an already pretty good weapon as well, so you throw in a Fulman Prime there, that's already a good Prime Access. You might as well not even have a third item as far as I'm concerned. So, this is why I've been not turning in my Syndicate medallions. If you've been paying attention to my videos, I said Hildren Prime will not be very hype. I'm not turning in Syndicate medallions for Hildren Prime because it's just not going to really be worth it. No one's going to be buying her for very long. And lo and behold, I was able to buy Hildren Prime the day of release for I think under 200 plat. It was 200, under 200 plat. And the weapons are extremely unhyped. I have a God Roll Larkspur Riven, and I'm not even using it. That's how boring Hildren Prime is. I don't even remember what was the last item for Hildren Prime, actually. Oh, Shade Prime. Yeah, exactly. Who even remembers? I haven't even made a Shade Prime video. I'm not going to even bother, probably. Who even cares? So, yeah, I'd say save all your Syndicate medallions, do your Syndicate missions, get this all stacked up for Wisp Prime, because unlike Hildren, I'm expecting Wisp to be like a couple hundred plat, more than Hildren on the first day. And then depending like how many people are farming and stuff, I could see it being expensive for a bit, as well as the Fulman Prime definitely being more hyped than the Larkspur Prime, and so on and so forth. So make sure that you guys get your Syndicate medallions stacked up. Make sure you get your open world rep stacked up too, because that is also a thing you can do now with like Deimos and not Zeramon, but like Fortuna and stuff. You can go to the gem person and you can actually buy relic packs from them over there. So that's another thing you can do as well. But yeah, if you don't have Nidus, I'd say make sure you get him. Nidus is used for some meta farms because his larva ability is quite nice for grabbing enemies and pulling them in. Not to mention, he's just a good solo frame if you like to play the game solo. Not really the best team player, but he can also buff his teammates in some ways as well. Alright, so if you go over to this guy, relic packs are be like 20k rep, I believe it is. Yep, there you go. So get this stacked up. Of course, you have plenty of time, but the Syndicate medallions thing, you can do that every single day from now until release, which I said is going to be probably around mid-June. You can stack up all the way to release. Now, as far as, you know, will the Fulman Prime be amazing? I'm not expecting huge stat buffs on the Fulman Prime. If you look at the Larkspur, how much they buffed it, what was it, like 2% extra crit chance on the Larkspur versus the Larkspur Prime? As far as the Fulman, I'd say maybe, I don't think base damage, maybe some more fire rate, maybe some more magazine size would be nice. Maybe a little bit better reload, because this thing is a battery weapon. So it actually is like a recharge delay. It's not like a recharge rate that will be increased by reload speed. So making the recharge delay a little bit better could be nice. I don't think fire rate would really matter. Magazine would be great, because this thing, the primary shot of it, I think it consumes like 10 shots per attack. And the secondary shot, the full auto thing, is 1 shot per attack. So you get like 6 shots per magazine with the big shot. So make that like 70 or 80, and you get 2 extra shots. That would be a nice little bump up in stats. Also, the Rivens aren't very powerful for this. That's only 2 dot dispo. But yeah, they're gonna need to buff it somehow, because I don't want another Larkspur Prime situation where it's like I'm not gonna even bother with the Prime version because it has terrible stats. You didn't even buff it that much, and the Rivens got nerfed too. Like I just don't think that's something they should keep doing. It really annoys people. And yeah, that's going to basically be it for the video, guys. It's really up to it's up to personal. It's up to you what you think will be the weapon alongside Wisp, because she only came with 1 signature item. Oh, one real quick thing: if she doesn't come with Taxon, which might actually not be a thing, Wisp does have some cat armor. If I could actually get a good look at Count Kirby here. This is the Wisp normal armor. There will probably be a Prime version of this cat armor with Wisp Prime, so that could be cool. That might mean that she is more likely to come out with 2 weapons and not a Sentinel, especially because who cares about Sentinels nowadays anyway? They just die, and they need a rework, but they're not going to do that because they're making duviri, I hope. So, by the way, guys, hope you found this video fun and helpful. Wisp Prime, I'll definitely be stacking medallions for her, and then I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Peace!